It's a very kind of precise, controlled build-up from Mo, and then a very quick release.
Yes. For sure, and they were good on time, so...
John Shelby Stevens with a 4. Can he get a sighter on there, starting with a 4? Kennedy Mayer.
We got this! Over done.
There probably is a little bit of extra rivalry here. As I say, they've got a few former University of Pikeville folks now with Rio Grande.
So with the bow hunter match, it was cumulative score, and here it will be set points. So I believe it's whoever gets to 5 set points first will be the winner of this match. If they win a set, they get 2 points. If they tie, they get 1. Or if they lose, they get 0 points.
The U Pike, Sean, going up behind us.
Right throw with his feathers.
Upgrade from his 4, so he's looking to settle into the matches. John Stevens.
Maybe get those first round nerves out.
Almost it.
Yeah, so it looked like both teams had like 10 seconds left. So typically with Barebow, they seem to be a little bit quicker and get on and off the line and get their shot off quicker. So they shouldn't have an issue with the Tom line here.
So we might not see so many issues with the clock. We've not seen a yellow card there, so they're settling in. John Saracen, for those that follow the collegiate scene, I think similar to Trent and Cowles, the longer locks in their days. Their hair was a little longer, but he's now gone for the short back and sides approach.
The long hair was in style for a while, and still is with some people, I guess. But for a while, there was a lot of guys on the scene that had the long hair.
Yeah, I don't have the luxury of choosing, to be fair.
And it looks like Rio will get those set points for the first round.
And with Mo's hair, it's looking wonderful. She just kind of ducked down there to pick up her bow, and just the glitter in the hair was catching the sun. So Rio Grande taking that first set, 2-0. So just wait for the field to be cleared. John Stevens, John Shelby Stevens. And you can probably hear University of Pikeville teammates referring to him as Shelby, so we'll go with that.
93, that's quite well. I saw the t-shirt.
And we'll have Pikeville up first.
It's the phrase.
You got this. So I'm intrigued. Were you one of the more vocal when you were at college? Were you the quieter ones? Were you leading the charge? Where did you fit in that?
Definitely a quieter. I'm never one to be leading the chants or yelling for the most part.
Yes, Trenton was saying, even with his back to them, he could tell exactly who was making all the noise.
Yes, that's one fun thing about collegiate nationals is like all the teams get rowdy and cheer for their teammates, and it's super fun. It makes the experience way noisier and fun.
The 4.
Saracen with a 4, a bit of a grimace on his face.
And a salad.
7 for Mo. Shelby Stevens back on the line. Points to make up, having lost the first set, Pikeville. We're going to have compound after this and wrapping it all up on a busy morning here in Lansing, Michigan with recurve. Well, I think we just had another issue with the clocks.
Yes.
And there was fixed pins thinking it was just them.
Looks like it could be an ongoing thing today for the rest of the mixed team.
Yeah, I'm not sure we had it with the individual matches this morning. So
if it's because like it stops in the middle of their time and then they need to start it back from where it stops at, as to where the individual, it's 20 seconds per arrow and it just runs down. So that could be it.
It's not this. What's that way? What's that way? Let it go. That's
Rio Grande just having their time reset. We thought having you alongside, it would be a lovely clash of the accents, you see.
Yes, for sure. We have opposite accents.
I love it when people say, you've got an accent. I'm like, so have you.
You get that
to me, to my ears, you've got an accent, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I'll go places and they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, Kentucky.
Well, you
like, I know you can hear it.
And is it kind of a knowing, where are you from? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was walking through the hotel lobby last night. I had to go through a group of young women that were young girls that are having photos taken. I think it was prom.
Mm-hmm.
And they allowed me to go through in between photos. And I'm walking through saying, oh, thank you very much. And then I heard one of them trying to put on a mock British accent. Thank you. I said, look, you have to keep walking. Don't turn around. Don't encourage.
This is not actual accent.
I wasn't putting that on.
Yeah, they probably thought you were.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get the clocks. Yep.
Okay, we're back up and running. John Sarrazin then for University of Rio Grande. Just one final check with the judge, and he's ready to go. And the volume increases. On 8 for Sarrazin. Satisfied with that.
And a third.
He's 7 for Monaya. Something I mentioned to Trenton, again, somebody that has pulled on the collegiate jersey and the national jersey. For you, was it a different kind of sense? Was it a different kind of expectation when you were representing your country over your college? Was there a different kind of pressure?
It definitely, in the back of your mind, it's definitely a little bit of added pressure because you obviously want to do good for your country and for yourself and the team. So there's more, and usually you're international, so that adds a few challenges to it. Time zone differences, different food, everybody speaks a different language. It definitely adds different challenges to it as to collegiate tournaments, but they're definitely still both nerve-wracking sometimes.
Well, I imagine, because again, it's very partisan, the rivalry, and you're not wanting to let your country down, but you're not wanting to let your teammates down who are right across the way chanting.
Yeah. College archery is definitely makes you think of archery as a team sport rather than an individual sport. So that is something pretty cool about it, because usually at other tournaments, archery's individual and it's just you and your bow. But for here, there's a lot more people like rooting for you and on the same team as you.
And you've won on this stage. Your gold medal, was it last year?
Yeah.
Out against Carson, wasn't it?
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
In the compound division, Carson Cray winning gold earlier today for Texas A&M.
That's pretty cool. Back-to-back gold medal matches for her at this tournament.
Yeah, we can just see them in the background. They're getting ready to come into the arena shortly. And that's quite a team. Carson Cray and Sawyer Sullivan, 2 gold medalists from earlier today, individual. 4-0 lead for Rio Grande.
Lions and maybe 4 such points to go. Right, thinking for
So UPAC will need to get these set points, or at least tie it to stay in the match here.
We've got all kinds of sound effects going on behind us now as well. So it's fantastic. It really is. And as I said before, the collegiate competition, it's the atmosphere and the energy. Kennedy, Naya for University of Pikeville. Ground to make up for these two.
Radio right there, that's out.
Jan Saracen stepping forward for Rio Grande. 4-0 advantage. Words of encouragement from Mo Naya, just a couple of feet behind.
Right, so cut. And Rio with the 5.
That is one good thing about this. Like, you can hear whoever's your teammate behind you talking you through the shot and kind of like words of encouragement. So sometimes that really helps, as to not just your coach, but also a teammate behind you cheering you on and helping you get through the arrow.
How are you like in those situations? Do you prefer less chatter, more chatter, a certain type of chatter? What do you want from somebody behind?
Yeah, really, just like the person behind you telling you to stay strong and like a quick shot, pull through your shot, pick a spot and go, or stare at the middle, anything like that.
7 for Shelby Stevens. Pat on the shoulder from the coach's box. 15 seconds for Kennedy. 6, 5, gets it away. High fives all round.
Guys, that.
They seem happier at that round.
What's stupid?
And that seems to be the breeze picking up a little bit more, as you can hear from our microphones.
And she's got Riot doesn't want dang you.
7, so a 5 and a 7. So Saracen's second arrow seemed to be, he gets that first one as the sighter, and the second one he increases by a few points, it seems to be.
I'm very too hard for the 1. Count. It's too much time, and it's so you should
So let's just see what's coming up after this one. This is the Barebow division, to be followed by Compound, Rio Grande, Texas A&M, and then recurve Texas A&M and Columbia University. So 2 big matches coming up as well. And Catalina Ginoriega Venu Kunavakam for Texas A&M. Joshua Beck and Judith Gottlieb, who was part of the women's recurve gold medalists. And Joshua Beck was silver medalist earlier on. Alex Gilliam taking gold for Texas A&M. And then Matea Metcalf and Colton Green against Carson Cray and Sawyer Sullivan. That'll be the next match coming your way in the compound division. Rio Grande against Texas A&M.
Those will definitely be good matchups.
And Carson's silver medal on the World Cup stage last week as a compound archer. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, she shot amazing over there. I don't think they had great conditions over there either, so I think it was pretty windy. So it was definitely a good, like, that's an awesome World Cup medal to come off of, and then to come here and win, that's got to be a huge confidence booster.
And I know, talking to Trenton, who was with us a little earlier, you know the jet lag.
Yes.
A big part of archery is the focus, it's the concentration,
Yep.
and if you're suffering from jet lag, just those momentary lapses during qualification, during elimination, can be big factors.
Yes, for sure. That was a 12-hour time difference from where I live, so maybe right around 12 hours for Carson as well. So that was probably a big adjustment to get back to, and then to travel all the way here and be ready and focused.
Yeah, I think she did say she completely crashed out Wednesday. Wednesday was just...
She'd had enough. And
she was done. The body was telling her she needed rest. So she seems to have got that.
yes. And it looks like University of Pikeville got those set points. So it's 4-2.
It felt 2 seconds.
And Shelby Stevens with a strong start. The expression seems to have changed a little bit with Rio Grande. They just a bit more focused in the zone for John Saracen and Mo Naya.
And by still adds up to her.
So Kennedy, as similar as in steps to the line.
Raya teacher.
An 8 for Saracen. Strong start for him as well. What can we get from Mo Naya? It's to put the pressure back on University of Pikeville.
So, no, I know. Another play. I go. We'll go to let's go. By still keep the strip.
Looking at the body language here, who's on the ascendancy? Which of these teams? It looks like Rio Grande seem to be a little bit. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just laying in my imagination, but they see the Pikeville seem to be a little bit more relaxed. Maybe they're
Yes.
because they're chasing the game.
Yes, for sure. This is where Rio Grande knows that they have to shoot good arrows, and you probably, like, I don't know, I guess they feel like they're playing catch up, but that it's doable right now. So they definitely have high spirits about it.
Right, I think that
That looked like a good shot.
Could be a big arrow from Mo Naya.
Yes.
another feather.
The suggestion is it's not over.
No, definitely not.
What team? Good. Okay.
Rio Grande have got teammates waiting to come up next in the compound division. If you say it's a strong program, really hit the ground running, Rio Grande under Jonathan Clemens.
They did for sure. Definitely not an easy task to get a program up and running and get all the archers there.
And it's been confirmed, Rio Grande are the gold medal winners in the Barebow division. Mo Naya and John Saracen, they turn to the crowd. Hand on her heart for Mo Naya. It was a moment. Shelby Stevens, Kennedy Meyer, worthy silver medalists. Great performance from them as well.